Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Real Reviews with Real People. And we just saw Us with a packed theater opening night. And I got to tell you, the audience was mixed. Let's hear what they had to say.
It was crazy as hell.
Crazy.
It was interesting.
Interesting?
Yeah.
What about you?
It was alright.
Yeah.
It sucked.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
It was good.
It wasn't a horror movie. It's not what you expected.
It was good, man.
It was good?
Okay, it's okay.
It's okay?
Yeah.
What about you guys? What did you think of Us?
It was good.
Good?
It was alright.
It
was creepy, yeah.
All right.
No, all right. Real feedback. It was good. It was decent. It was good.
Yeah, I liked it.
Sleeping a little bit.
Didn't like it that much?
I don't know. I think I was just tired.
It was great.
It was really
I loved
good.
it, yeah.
It was really good.
really
The ending
good.
was cool.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
awesome.
everybody?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Psychologically really interesting.
What you guys think?
I don't think I want to say anything about it.
Good or bad?
It was just a
It didn't
a
live up to the
letdown.
hype. It didn't live up to the hype.
I thought it was pretty good, man. To be honest, you could like analyze every scene. They had a lot of stuff included in every scene. I liked it. My brother didn't like it too much, man. But
It was good.
I just kind of had a little trouble making sense of it, but
hey, listen, look. If you love analyzing movies and you're all about cinematography, you're gonna like the movie.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It really makes you think, so we liked it.
I didn't like it.
Well, how come?
It was just,
Not what we
It wasn't-
expected.
yeah,
You know,
it was-
we didn't really expect anything, but we expected more than that.
it was bad acting and like, it just wasn't good at all.
I don't like that.
All right, listen. It was a great movie. Great acting. It was funny. Like, it was not too dark. Because I don't really like scary stuff, but it wasn't too dark. It was funny.
More
No,
funny,
more
yeah.
scary.
More funny. No, it was more
It
funny.
wasn't scary at all.
There's so many scenes where
Do
we're
you watch?
laughing.
I watch scary
I don't know
movies
if you
like
watch
all
the
the
same
time.
movie, man.
This was not scary at all.
I had a heart
It was
attack.
funny.
It's a great ending. Go watch it.
Look, I didn't like the movie. I didn't think it was, like, it was confusing. Not scary. It just, I don't know what to say about it. It just made me mind blown.
I think it's mind blowing. There you go.
Jordan Peele, you did an excellent job. Well-produced movie, my man. I thought it was a great movie.
I thought it was
Great.
I thought it was a good watch, but a bit confusing. I'm still trying to make sense of it, but
Yeah, literally, we've been talking.
I didn't hate it.
Would you guys recommend it?
I would,
Definitely. I would
'cause
watch
it-
it again. I'm definitely
I recommend
watching
it. Yeah.
It was a really good combination of scary and funny.
It was good. It was good. Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of confusing, but like good plot twist, really scary, on edge.
More than one twist, multiple twists. So yeah,
So you guys would recommend it?
Yes.
for sure.
All right, well, there was a lot of love for Jordan Peele's Us, but there was a lot of hate and a lot of confusion. Those were real, genuine reactions. Proof we don't pay. Nobody pays me for these reactions. These are real, genuine reactions when I walked out. And I got to talk about this because this movie clearly is going to be a movie a lot of people talk about. Andy Signore here, and I'm here with the Don. Welcome, Don.
Hi. How are we doing?
I'm great. I mean, we just saw Us, which was, for me, a little bit of a disappointment. Overall, what's your just top line review?
Honestly, overhyped. I watched the trailers, loved the trailers, thought they were great. I watched the movie, and instead of being a horror, it's actually more thriller and just nothing full of cliches. And I saw the ending coming, so that was a little bit disappointing.
Overhyped is a perfect word for this movie. I think that's a huge frustration. People are hyping Jordan Peele as now, hey, he's now the next Hitchcock, and this movie is another Academy Award winner. I don't see it. I think Lupita Nyong'o does an amazing performance just because she's playing two roles, and she goes crazy, and so much crying. There's a lot of crying.
Yeah, she cries in almost every scene.
Yeah. But kudos, she's fantastic, and it is kind of fun to see her in a role like this, a meaty role, and a mom. But I couldn't get invested. There were so many weird choices the characters make that in a horror movie it's like, don't go in there, but she was like, what are we doing? Why are we doing this? And what's going on? Like, there's not much sense to it, even though he's trying to make a lot of sense of it. That's the other thing that's sort of weird about the movie is, trying not to be spoilery, but it's not like one of those broad, you have no idea what's going on. He does, it takes a really long time to get going, but he does attempt to explain what's happening, and it almost annoyed me more by the time he explained it because it didn't really make sense. Did it make sense to you?
No. I mean, like, from early on, you're right. He does try to give you some explanations and some backgrounds in it, but when they connect, then you're asking more questions, and it doesn't really answer what you're really wanting to get. And that honestly makes it a little bit frustrating.
Yeah, well, but and it's stuff I didn't even really care to get. I just wanted to be scared, and I wanted like a cool premise. And the trailers are so good. The marketing, the trailers, they did a fantastic job because I think they are misleading. But the film's so like cinematic and artistic. He's a good director. Like he's a good shooter. Like his DP's great, but it's also really long. I feel like there's this weird now. It's movie 2. He's won the Oscar. The studio's probably like, okay, do whatever you want, and someone probably should have given him some notes. Like there's a lot that could have been trimmed down. The ending has the opening has like 3 openings in a weird way before it really gets going. That none of it was really necessary. It's all foreshadowing, obvious foreshadowing. You're like, when is that bunny gonna come into play? You know what I mean? Like it opens on a bunny, and you're like, for the longest bunny shot I think I've ever seen in the world of movies.
I thought when I saw the bunny, I thought like you're getting down the rabbit hole, like Alice in Wonderland kind of feel, and then it goes totally different, and there's really no explanation for the bunny.
No, well, I mean he tries. Again, let's not go. I want people to see it if they want to see it, but you know what I'm talking about when you watch this movie. That's not a spoiler. There's literally the longest bunny shot I think in the history of movies, and they'll tell you where that bunny came from, but sort of. But I didn't really care, and the bunny was almost a distraction for me of like creating a lore that I don't think anyone's going to care about. Do you disagree? Do you think there's lore to this movie? Can there be a franchise and more potential to this world?
No, absolutely not.
It's a one-note story.
It's definitely, you watch it, you're done, and you may have some good conversation out of it with someone who's not really a fan and someone who is a fan, and you can argue about it, but that's it.
Yeah. My problem here is I think there's going to be a lot of people just fawning over this movie because there's a lot you can gather. There's a lot you can overthink on. There's a lot that he's putting on the plate that people will, I guess, enjoy. It's like a piece of art. Some people will look at a piece of art and go, well, that's just a square. And other people will be like, oh, my God, look at the layers. And I think that's going to happen a lot with this movie. There's going to be people who drink the Kool-Aid and see this as a masterpiece and watch. I didn't see it.
I personally think the average consumer is probably not going to be as receptive.
Or forgiving, right.
Yeah, exactly.
The audience here said it. I mean, that was it. There was a lot of audience members. And there were a lot of people who didn't want to talk to me who were like, no, they were just almost embarrassed because they didn't want to shit on the movie. That's a first. There were people walking by me like, I don't want to say bad because we all wanted to go in with this movie to be good. We want to do every movie good. But I got to say the consensus here was mostly disappointed. There were definitely some positives. So make up your own mind this weekend. It's definitely it's a conversation starter.
Absolutely, and
good performances. I like Winston Duke, right? He was good.
Yeah, and actually the main family, I enjoyed them. The daughter, I hated her, but it was because she made you want to hate her. And then, like you said, the mother, loved her performance, and them doing the duality of how they are, great. The cinematography, great. Soundtrack's great. So it's just the execution of it for me. It just didn't sit right with the story.
Yeah, it'll do well. He should definitely make more movies. I'm excited to see what he does next. I'll be first in line, so it's not a failure, but it's a disappointment for me. Tell us what you think. Check it out this weekend. What did you think in the theaters? Thanks so much for watching. Check out the playlist of other real reviews, and stay tuned for the return of Nerd Wars is coming very soon.
Absolutely.
Ooh, it's going to be good. All the gloves come off, man. It's going to get ugly. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. Bye.